Welcome to the Cosmic Couple.
So let's talk about before we met, because we are from different states. We were born in different states. I was born in Wisconsin.
I was born in Ohio, and my family moved here when I was 12. And then we were in the same school district.
Yeah. You unfortunately had to drop down a grade when you moved here, right?
Well, sort of. 6th grade was in middle school in Ohio.
Oh, right.
And then when I came to Wisconsin, 6th grade was in elementary school.
Okay.
So I was all set, ready to go with my purse and my lip gloss in junior high in Ohio. And then a month into that, a month and a half, I had to go back to elementary school.
It's rough.
It was not fun. It was not fun. I felt like I was with the babies again.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
No. Did you like living in Ohio?
I did. I was around, both sides of my family lived there. And so, and my mom's side of the family especially was really big family. And so we always had, tons of people around. So it was pretty different than moving to Wisconsin where we didn't know a soul.
Yeah.
Holidays, it was just the 6 of us. So, at least we had each other, I guess, was the good thing. And for holidays and stuff, we came up with our own traditions and they eventually became like a new normal.
Right.
But it was pretty tough. And it was very different, for our family that we left behind. I remember my grandma one time, they drove, they were on the highway heading west. And they just showed up. They just kept driving. They hadn't packed a bag or anything.
Oh, wow. And that's not a short trip either.
No, it's like a 12-hour drive.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories, because we've talked about our childhood through the years, is how you stood up to the neighborhood bully.
Oh no. Are we talking about this?
without using names.
Without using names, yes. There were a bunch of us kids from the neighborhood, boys and girls hanging out, playing yard games and stuff. And one of the bullies kind of came and joined, kind of uninvited. And he had been a bully to me before. I had this one opportunity and I took it and I pushed him off the porch, which was not very kind thing to do. So I'm not happy about it. But there was an altercation going on and, he was probably 3 times my size.
Yeah.
So I took the opportunity and I knew that I, was in big trouble. And I kind of went and ran into my garage to kind of hide. I hear other kids saying, you're in trouble. Yeah. The mother was then on the way yelling, where's this Tracy girl? And my friends were coming and updating me because I had then latched sitting on a lawnmower. I don't know, in my mind, I thought I will just hold on tight to this lawnmower, this riding lawnmower. They won't be able to remove me.
Hold on to the steering wheel.
Here on standing, the steering wheel, maybe. And the bully and their mother is coming up the driveway and yelling and screaming. My mom, she's, she has the windows open. She can hear stuff that's going on. And she came outside and I see them talking to each other in the driveway. And then my mom's like, Gracie, come over here and, what happened? And and I thought, oh, I'm really in trouble. And then the mother looked at me and said, you let this little girl push you around? Shame on you.
And then she was mad at her son.
And she was mad at her son. The moral of the story, I'm not happy that there was violence involved.
I kind of am.
You kind of, why?
Well, probably I admire it only because I've never been in a fight, a physical altercation of any kind. So there's a part of me that is curious about that, or I don't know, like envious that that you just decided, I'm going to stand up for my friend that's being bullied, and I'm going to push this guy who's 3 times as big as me off the porch into some shrubs. And and no, I mean, yeah, that's, violence isn't the answer, but kind of was.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't come down to our end of the street really
Right.
much anymore,
Yeah. And, I mean, once you really start picking it apart with psychology and all that, probably a kid that really lacked social skills, didn't know how to make friends.
Yeah.
But wanted to play with everybody or be liked, but chose to kind of bully people to be around him, or
yes,
or if they're not going to be around me, they're going to fear me.
Yeah.
But they always say that once you stand up to a bully, they don't come back for more. Yeah, I mean, I've always, I guess, enjoyed that story of your childhood because, like I said, I've never been in a fight. I've always used humor and kind of just quick wit to get out of any scenario that may turn into that. I just knew how to diffuse situations like that. Although part of me is kind of like, yeah, I've never been punched, never punched anyone. That as a man, there's this kind of stereotypical, thing that goes along with it. Like, can you take a punch, or can you throw a punch? And, so we'll see. Maybe I'll start doing that from now on.
Start throwing punches.
Yeah, maybe I'll turn over a new leaf.
Later in life, just, take up fighting.
Punching, yeah. But I remember there was one, I guess, semi-bully in junior high. And we had we were assigned lockers at that point. And so his locker was close to mine. And I would, be doing the combination. The combination was like built into the door. So I would be turning it, and then he'd see me and he'd come over and kind of start messing the comm up, the dial. And I would kind of laugh, and then I would start doing it again. And then he would kind of mess it up again. But after 3 times, he lost interest in it because I just treated it as, we're having a good time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're having a good time.
This is fun, but we should get to
play.
Yeah, that was, I guess, really the only time I would say, like, oh, that was, I guess, a bully that really focused on me for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you haven't really encountered much,
Yeah.
As far as physical fighting, that would be tough.
Again, like I said, part of me wonders, like, well, what does it feel like to get punched in the face?
Do you want me to punch you in the face?
I guess it could. We'll do that for like a 1-year anniversary podcast.
Yeah.
Grace punches me in the face.
No. Absolutely not.
No, I mean, you see it on TV all the time and all that. And sometimes they make it look like it doesn't hurt. And sometimes the actor's like shaking his hand like, oh, it really hurt my knuckles or whatever. So what is real? What is it? Does it really hurt that much to get punched in the eye? Or is it just kind of like you're such in shock that it,
well, I'd imagine
it hurts
adrenaline.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you hit your shin on a chair, whatever, that hurts, but you're surprised by it. So there's that shock that kind of, I think, decreases the pain level.
But there is a story about you that I always enjoy that your mom tells and you tell. But it's you went to Wisconsin Dells
mm-hmm.
in the summertime.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. We would do a family trip to Wisconsin Dells when we were younger. I had 2 brothers and I. And
it's kind of a touristy destination.
It is, yeah.
Certainly now it is.
Definitely
it's
is.
Huge.
Yeah, it's like
national.
water parks were just starting to kick in there. A lot of go-karts and Ferris wheely stuff, but they also had like this water ski show with, people climbing out on each other's shoulders and all this stuff. And
Wow.
then some kind of weird, like fairy tale forest. And you'd walk through and there'd be like, there's Little Red Riding Hood's grandma's cottage, As the years went by and all that.
Like little scenes?
Yeah, little
Okay.
scenes in this forest. But as they got more dilapidated and, the paint chipped off and all that, it became more of a haunted trail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the story you're talking about particulars, I put it as my my last stand, like I was gonna die on this hill. And
Well, you're a very laid back
yeah,
person.
right. And pretty easygoing. But what was asked of me was just too much. It's just too much for this little boy to handle. No, again, it's summer and we are getting ready to go out for dinner. And my mom wanted us all to wear something really nice,
Coordinated, probably.
Yeah, dressed up and all that. And she wanted me to wear a wool sweater.
A wool sweater.
A wool sweater.
In the summertime.
In the summertime. And I detest humidity.
Even now.
Yeah, even now. This humidity is just so uncomfortable. But you throw on an itchy, warm sweater
Wool.
in the mix. And I broke. I just broke. And my mom, was just like, well, you have to wear this. You have to wear this. And we were in a motel. So, if a motel, the door goes right out to the cars area. And in this situation, it was like there was a pool out there and chairs and all that. So my dad was out there waiting for us. And I stamped my foot and I said, I'm not wearing it. And I guess the was like my end of discussion.
Yeah.
Because I walked out. I walked out of the motel. And it was loud enough that my dad heard me and he was kind of laughing, which I remember as being like, what's so funny? But beyond that, I don't know if I had to wear a sweater or not. I mean, I guess if I don't remember, maybe
that was the end of the discussion.
I hope it was, yeah. Because to this day, I don't like sweaters.
No.
Yeah. And then throw wool in there, that's crazy.
Yeah, true. You're very laid back, but when you get pushed to the edge, you will definitely stand up for yourself.
Yeah. And I guess, maybe that's again a throwback to the Taurus in me,
Yeah.
Antagonizable enough. He's gonna charge.
And stampede away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so in the upcoming episode, we'll talk about how we got on each other's radar.
On each other's radar.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.